Okay, well, so there you have the comments from the Director of Defense Information, Chris Olukolade. Well, we do have Ahmad Sajoh, who is the Director of Press and Public Affairs of the Government House in Adamawa. He joins us on the phone now, and so we'll just get a word. Morning, Mr. Sajoh. And,
good morning, Chamberlain. Good morning.
Okay, thank you for joining us today on this program. What can you tell us? What can you tell us about this unfortunate development? Villages, we understand in Madigali, Michika, being attacked. And give us an update. What's going on with this?
It's really very, very sad. It's very, very sad, Chamberlain, because a lot of people who are commenting do not even understand the geography of the terrain. Krichinga is far off the road. Shua is on the Maiduguri-Mubi highway. So also is Michika. And the distances are really quite far. And the reports we had was that these people, traveled in a large convoy of Hilux vehicles and other vehicles. And they were noisy. They were shooting in the air and they were making noise. They were shouting. It was not a kind of a hidden thing. So we are really very shocked at what really happened, and they left death and devastation in the wake of wherever they went. Right now we are on our way to Michika and Shua to have a look at the situation firsthand. But I tell you that the most unfortunate of all the occurrences is that when Izgi village in Borno State was sacked, over 1,000 people moved to Madagali for safe haven. Over 1,000 people moved to Michika for safe haven. And then when this thing met this, they were already internally displaced persons, and now they have to find themselves in a very unfortunate situation of having to move further. The strain is too much on families that are accommodating, some that have left, that are gone to their families, while others are in internally displaced persons camps being taken care of by the state and the local government. It's really an unfortunate situation, honestly.
So how does the state government intend to cope with this influx? Because definitely you have people who have moved into, from Borno into parts of Adamawa state. You definitely, do you have a camp for displaced persons?
Yes, we do, but you see, the camps were also further devastated by what happened day before yesterday. You have to understand that they were in camps, and when they had, like I said, these people coming with convoy of vehicles, noise and shooting in the air and the rest, some of them had to leave the camps and scamper to foothills and other places. Now, the most serious challenge we have presently is to locate all the people that are internally displaced, locate them and try to provide them assistance. And that is why we are going to that place right now with His Excellency the Governor and all the service commanders that are stationed in Yola.
Are you saying then that there was no security protection for the camps run by the state government?
I do not want to say things that could undermine security operations, but I must be very honest with you that as at the time these people overran Krichinga, Shua and Michika, there was no security to have actually, protected them. They had to scamper to the foothills, they had to scamper to long distances to other places that they felt they were safe. Honestly, we must be honest with ourselves. The situation is not a very interesting situation for anybody to witness.
What is the state of emergency declared in Adamawa?
Yes, I think that is also another aspect of it that we are asking questions. We are under a state of emergency. We have an all-night curfew in place, and yet these people move in convoys of vehicles making noise and unchallenged. Beyond that, I would also want to say that sometimes even the information we get from Abuja is a bit confusing. When they declared the state of emergency, for example, part of it was that they have closed our border with Cameroon, to the extent that when the Lamido of Adamawa and some delegations were to go to Cameroon, they had to pass through the Mambila Plateau in Taraba State because our borders were closed. But again, recently we got that the federal government issued an order that they have closed Adamawa border with Cameroon. So we're wondering which other border again? Is that the one that was already closed, or that it was opened unknown to us and then reclosed again? So we're looking at, there are discordant tunes going on all around, and it's really confusing us. But what worries us most, sir, is that a number of times these people operate for long hours unchallenged. We know that the military, particularly the soldiers, are doing their best to contain the situation, but to every discerning observer, the hours these people spend unchallenged, and the kind of movement they make to come to that place, really calls to question the ground and air surveillance that we said we have in place.
Okay, Mr. Sajoh, you said something about the distance between some of these villages. You say they are far apart. Is it possible that the people are able to make distress calls even with the state of emergency?
Yes, and I think I take exception to even calling some of these places as villages. Mitika is by all standards not a village. Even Shua is not a village. These are real big settlements, and not just distress calls. We are saying that even if there is no distress call, take the case of Yadi Buni, for example. All the structures in the schools were burnt, and you know that even if you don't have a distress call, when you touch a house, the billows of smoke that go up there is enough distress call to attract the attention of anybody who wants to offer help. And so we are saying these people, there must have been distress calls, because even as the operation was going on, some of our relations who were located in those places were calling us, and they were giving us situation reports. Somebody called me and was telling me that somewhere from where he was hidden, he could count about 9 to 10 Hilux vehicles with more motorcycles passing, and he heard the people shout. Some of them, he said they shouted Allahu Akbar, whether that was true or false, I don't know. But he told me he could hear voices, he could hear shootings in the air, and he could see number of vehicles passing. So we spoke with them even as the operation was going on.
But Mr. Sajoh, when they called you, who did you call?
Hello?
When you were called by this person around the community, who did you call?
No, we spoke to the security setup we have in the government house. And these things were, everybody was aware. We spoke, and I believe that must have been the thing that we're not the only one. So many people called the military, and if you listen to the Director of Defense Information, they went on for shoot. Definitely they did.